We are here this morning with Caleb and Jacob Schilling, who they are on season 2 of Lego Masters. Hello, you guys.
Hello, good morning.
Oh my gosh. So first of all, I found out that you guys are graduates of Luther High School, right?
Yes.
My niece goes there and my nephew is soon to be going there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We still got, for a few more days, our youngest sister is still there. She's graduating on Sunday, so.
Awesome. So you're from the area, which is really great. So where are you now?
So right now we're at our parents' house in Homan, where the Lego is. So that's where we are too.
Awesome. Now you both just graduated from college, right?
Correct. Yep. So we will be moving out into the world on our own. I'll be headed to Mankato, and Jacob will be headed to Madison.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how you started becoming so invested in Legos.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine a time in our life where there wasn't Lego. We started, the first toys we had were always building toys too. Back in the day, it was Imagine Next, which were these huge plastic wall segments that you would connect together to make castles. And so I think Lego was a pretty natural offshoot of that. And needless to say, we fell in love at some point there, and didn't didn't quite give it up. So Jacob did go through a little bit of what the community calls the Dark Ages, a period of time where he strayed away from the loving embrace of the Lego hobby, but the show was able to bring him back a little bit, which was pretty fun. But otherwise, yes, I've been invested in the hobby since I was 5 years old.
So Jacob, whose idea was it to try out for the show?
That would be this guy here. Caleb was the sole lead in that. He texted me one day. He's like, "Yeah, I think we should do this." After he had been reached out to, it's like, we're in online school. No better time to try it. We can actually leave our classes and do our classes while we're filming. So.
Oh my gosh. So that leads us to our next question. So the actual show has already been taped, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume we can't find out if you won or not, that's fine. But can you at all tell us how that experience was taping that show, Lego Masters?
Yes, to some extent. Jacob and I watched season 1, and there's that thing that goes through your head, you're like, oh, we can do that. That's easy. And they throw a clock up on the wall, and it becomes really, really intense. It was a sport for the mind, body, and soul. We were tested on all fronts. And we went in with this idea that we can do school and Lego Masters simultaneously. And we did.
Yeah.
We did, but it was trying. But glad we made it work out. Obviously it was such an awesome experience to be on Lego Masters, and we're excited to share that with the world very soon.
Well, and the show premieres on Fox on Tuesday, June 1st. And now, Jacob, when we talked to Caleb on the phone last week, he was saying that you guys met some really cool people as part of the show.
Yes. When we were down there, the cast, we all became incredibly close. Even for a competition, they're supposed to be our enemies. No, they're friends. Everyone's rooting for each other. It's just a great bond between the cast. We still talk today. We have a group chat of all the cast members.
Whoa.
That's heavily active, where they post stuff, their own interviews with other news channels and stuff like that.
Yeah, when he says heavily active, there's 200 posts a day in this group chat. It's it was so cool that we all left such good friends. And I think that's the great thing about Lego. It's something that we can bond over. It's a unique hobby. And the hobby ultimately built around fun and creativity, and that's what's really cool about it.
So Will Arnett is the host of the show. Did you guys get to interact with him much or not?
Oh yes, Will was around all the time, and I'll tell you this: Will is a genuinely hilarious person. That was really really fun. He had a lot of energy that he brought to set every day, and he was really supportive of the builders, which was really cool to see. He had an investment in the show, and it's going to show.
So what are you, when you're in the competition, what are you competing for? Is it a cash prize, or what happens if you win?
So the prize is $100,000 cash, the title of Lego Master, and there's an awesome Lego trophy at the end too.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw in one of the previews that Will Arnett's character said that he built the trophy himself, but I feel like that may not be true.
That was never confirmed as far as we're aware. We'll take him at his word though.
Yeah, definitely.
So where did the show actually tape?
So it was in the Atlanta area.
Okay.
So very exciting to dodge some of the Minnesotan, Wisconsin winter, and oh man, it was beautiful. It was really beautiful.
That's awesome. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with us about your experience, or that you can share with us?
Right.
Like, no, I just encourage everybody to watch the experience for themselves starting June 1st, because it's gonna be really fun.
That's awesome. And now I see that you guys are in what I assume is like a Lego room. Is that just all Legos behind you?
Yes, meticulously organized parts, and it extends for some distance down that way and that way too. I believe we have about 400,000 bricks in the basement right now, which is a lot to wrangle in, and definitely a lot to play with. It's very fun.
Well,
I
and
love
your
coming
parents
home.
allow you to have that in their basement.
Yes, I owe my parents a lot because they have a very spacious basement, and I have consumed
All of it.
yeah, all of it at this point. And so very grateful, and like unfortunately I am dreading the day I have to move all this out of here. Like this will not fit an apartment. I pretty much
Right.
have to buy a house here before I can move all this. So I will be darkening my parents' doorstep every once in a while to get my Lego fix in.
So what are, like when you think about the things that you've created with Legos over the years, do you think that you made your like best masterpiece ever on the show? Or do you think that you've had things before the show that you're like super proud of?
I think collectively, like collaboratively, definitely our best work is on the show.
Good.
And we made a lot of stuff outside the show as well, that we're quite proud of. We got a few creations here. I think too, like the scale of Lego Masters is pretty impressive, so
Yeah.
that was fun. But it's like, what can I and can I not say?
Right.
I'll talk about what I haven't built on this show. How about that? So during the pandemic, that's when Jacob started to get back into Lego a little bit. And so we did collaborate on a few small things. I think our best creation outside of the show, we actually built Luther High School our senior year, a replica of it when they were undertaking that huge building project. And so we did like a completed version and put it out in display in the cafeteria for our graduation, just so people could see what the finished school would look like. And that was probably one of our coolest builds together.
That is cool.
We definitely like doing a lot of replica work like that. And so I've done a lot of, I'm a big Harry Potter guy, so I
Okay.
do a lot of Harry Potter scenes. The biggest build I have together right now is, I don't know if you're familiar with Game of Thrones, but I have the Sept of Baelor explosion, which is pretty fun.
Oh my
So
gosh.
kind of a partially exploded building. So there's,
Wow.
you can build anything with Lego, and that's what's so fun about it, Yeah, what have you been building recently, Jacob?
Great question. Not much.
I'm still trying, but
Yeah.
So mostly
So
the,
when
the
you-
work you do in Legos is together mostly where Jacob's concerned.
Yeah, when I'm working, it's mainly with Caleb. I haven't done a solo project in a while.
One of these days.
So-
One of these days. He's gonna have
when
his
you
own.
build these replicas, do you have them like all sitting around, or after a while then you take them down to be able to use the bricks again?
So I tend to keep stuff together until I've taken it to like a physical convention. Because Lego conventions are huge, especially among the adult community. The one I have historically always attended is Brick World in Chicago, where we see about 1,000 attendees, 1,000 people bringing their Lego kits to show to each other, and it's a super fun thing. There's competitions, there's workshops. It's quite elaborate. There has not been any conventions lately, so I
Good.
have this pretty massive backlog of creations because I've had more free time to build
Mhm.
and less conventions to take things to. So typically I will destroy things within a year and start the next project, but I'm starting to amass way too much stuff, which is not good for the space issue.
Right. Well, we can't wait to see what you create on Lego Masters 2, which premieres on Tuesday, June 1st on Fox. And we thank you both so much for joining us this morning. It was awesome to talk with you guys.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.